Are we live? Yes, looks like we're live. Let me check my audio, make sure my audio is good before I continue. Happy Monday, y'all. See who jumps in. Let's give it some time. Yeah, I'm gonna make this sweet. Short and sweet, y'all. I was doing some studying, right? So, every time I study, my mind starts fucking working, just like all this information. So, like, hey, it's perfect time to bring some stuff out. You know, look at the title. You look at the title. What does the title say? The devil, right? The devil backwards in reverse is lived. Lived. Okay? Sipping on some tea. I so far got one person out here. Let me know who you are. Don't be shy. Say hello. Make sure you hit that thumbs button. It's very important that we start changing the rhythms. Get this information out there. It's important to start sharing. Because this is information that's necessary, especially for you. Okay? So let's see. So far, you just got one person. Come on, one person. Let me know who you are. Don't be shy. Obviously, you're watching. Tell me who you are. You know. Yeah. See, like me, I don't. I notice that like a lot of YouTubers, they don't like doing lives, especially when they're barely building their channel, their broadcast. Right. I think differently. I'm just like fuck it. I'm gonna go in it. I'm gonna go ahead and just do my lives and whatever. Because not only that, it builds practice, but it puts me out there. Right. So I'm not afraid to be seen. I'm not afraid to do a live. Remember, this is uncut. This is not scripted. This is straight coming from source. This is straight coming from the heart. You feel what I'm saying? Although I would like to be seen more, of course. I mean, if I'm putting myself out there, it's for a purpose. I mean, so if I'm putting myself out there, it's for a purpose. That means I should be seen more, right? Like spread the knowledge, like me spreading the knowledge that I learned. Remember, this is not my knowledge, just my knowledge. This is our knowledge. It's just I'm sharing it for a purpose. The more we share it, the more we understand. Feel what I'm saying? And today's perfect because today's what, Monday? Today is the energies of Tahuti. Dot. Today is the energy of Kasakoti. See him right here. The serpent one, the feather one. Tahuti was also Kwasakote. Okay? One of the Aztec Mayan gods. So what I want to talk about today is the devil, right? So, oh yeah, this book. I know I showed this book a few times. This is a must get. This is a must get of psychic empowerment. Basically, psychic empowerment because we're dealing with the inner, not the outer. Okay, so let's just go into it really quick, and whoever catches this live later will catch the replay. So we're talking about the devil, right? So this is where it's here. Is the 15 key, the 26th path. The devil, we're talking about the Torah too. This goes into the Torah, but this gives out a very good description of what the devil is. Okay, it's better. It's a better understanding and overstanding exactly these energies. All right. So the Lord of the gates of matter. Okay. Now, what is matter? What is matter? What does matter mean? Matter is everything around you. Atoms and compounds are all made of very small parts of matter. Now, for instance, when we think about matter, you want to think about also The inner, which is the internal, and the outer, which is the external. Everything matters. Okay? And I believe the last stream I did was when I was discussing this whole matter, this whole external process, where the Christ risen is in the solar plexus, right? When we're looking at the crisis, Christ, and cross. Okay? So the Lord of Gates of matter, the child of the forces of time. Remember, what is time? Let me repeat that again. The child of the forces of time. Time was also chronos. If you go back to the lecture I did when I was talking about Saturn and Satan, how those entities are very necessary, Saturn is also chronos, Father Time. And Father Time eats his children. So this is where we're at right now, where you, instead of being the child of the sun, we are in our lower nature of being the child of forces of time. So you're still in bondage with the Father Time. Instead of releasing that bondage and connecting with Son, right? Father, Son. Okay? So it says the path of the devil runs between Had. Okay, Had is a Kabbalah word. Had is the eighth Sifria of the Kabbalistic tree of life. Now, before we go on to that, let's go over real quick. What are the four chakras? The four lower chakras are the ones that are the rule of the devil. The top chakras are the rule of God, because the lower chakras are considered to be the tree of life. Okay? The top ones are your throat, right? Your throat, your mind's eye, and your corona, your crown. That is the tree of knowledge. In order to get the tree of knowledge, or any knowledge, you have to go through the tree of life, which is the root. Okay? So these four chakras, starting from your heart, is the connection to the earth and connection to mother. But this is also compassion. This is also direction. This is the element of air. Okay? Well, it's no coincidence that during this pandemic, this crisis, right, you're being under attack through your lungs, right? They're stopping the order of breath, which is why they want you masked up. Okay? So the heart chakra is the element of air. And then you have the solar plexus, is the element of fire. You see, like I said many times, there's us zodiac signs governor a certain specific chakra. Okay? I governor the solar plexus, being an Aries, the ram, right? So the sacral is the element of water. The cancers governor that chakra. Then you have the root chakra, which is the element of earth. The root chakra is considered to be more like your devil or your Lucifer. Okay? Remember, there's a priority or a duality of both energies, right? Lucifer is your light bringer to release you from the bondage, to take you to the light so you can be born again in the solar plexus, the Cristo. Okay? The Satan, the devil, wants to keep you in bondage, to keep you stuck in bondage with the earth and your lower nature and the beast body. You know what I'm saying? So those are the four main chakras. It's the path of the devil that runs between the heart, the intellect, the heart intellect. Okay, what is the heart? Okay, the heart sits below, across from the nixta and the tree of life. Right? Remember what I said about the tree of life. Those are your four main chakras, the lower chakras. Okay? So it also talking about the heart has four paths. What are the four paths? The four paths are your four chakras, your lower chakras, because these are the paths of what? Spiritual growth and enlightenment. Okay? To be intellect. To be intellect, right? So it talks about between heart, intellect, and the tip hear it. The tip hear it is also considered to be spirituality, balance, integration, compassion, miracles. Okay, both are rooted in the tree of life, or all is rooted in the tree of life. Remember, what is the root? What is the root chakra? It's the element of earth. It's your grounding. It's your foundation. Okay, so remember also what I said about the solar plexus. Who governs the solar plexus? The Ram, the Aries. But that's also your second brain, the solar consciousness. Why is it called solar consciousness? Remember what I told you, how you don't have to be chasing the sun. You are the sun. It's inner. The solar plexus is the element of fire. It gives off that energy sun, that sun of the energy, or the energy sun, right? So it's talking about here the devil is an illusion. Remember, everything that's external is basically an illusion. Why? Look at this COVID. Look what they're doing with this COVID. How they're buffing up the numbers again. How they're running different sitcoms. I'm thinking like this, like it's a soap opera. Okay. Remember what I said? How at the beginning, before this new year started, how we're gonna be seeing a lot of changes, a lot of shit that's gonna be popping off in 2012, because this is 2012 now. We're not in 2021. It's 2012. 2012 is five. It also deals with changes. Changes. Not only that, we're in a time where we're in the Kali Yuga, where we're getting out of ignorance. That we're waking up away from ignorance, from that bondage. Okay? Remember, what is the devil? He keeps you in bondage. He keeps you in the illusion. You get what I'm saying? When you're falling in line and you're falling in line with that illusion, you're not tapping in you and coming online. There's a difference of inline and online. When you're in line of something, are you online? You get what I'm saying? Because you're stuck in an illusion. You're following the script outside of you. You get what I'm saying? So the devil's an illusion, and it is necessary to see beyond the apparent reality. Remember, that's not your reality. You get what I'm saying? To reach and understand the beauty of the typograph. What the fuck is this sticker? Right? What is that? What is a typograph? What I said? What did I say it was? It's the integration, right? Understanding spirituality and understand the balance. So, in order for you to understand the illusion, you have to step away from the illusion to get to your own reality. To reach and understand the beauty of this right here, the tip parrot, the ayin means the eye. Okay? Ayin means the eye. You see how we didn't talk about eyes? We're talking about eye. It is the eye here. Remember, in order to reach this eye, you have to get to your lower self. You have to battle that devil within. You see, there is no devil outside of you. The devil is inside you. Just like there's no Christ outside of you. The Christ is in you. You are these energies. You are the devil, and you are the Cristo, the Christ. You have to break free from the illusions of the entrapment. Okay? So when you have an open eye, right? You are you are pretty much looking through things with a different vision. And we're talking about inner vision, okay? Because here it says representing the need for inner vision rather than the limitation of physical eyesight, the physical eyesight, to penetrate the mysteries. In order for you to understand, see, everything is necessary outside of you. Evil needs to exist for good to exist. It's the balance. But see, we've been in a time where we've been having darkness for so long that ignorance is bliss. You get what I'm saying? Because we are in darkness. We can't see beyond what these two eyes see. You have to understand the mysteries. It's like reading that Bible. A lot of people read that Bible, don't even understand it. You gotta understand the mysteries. You gotta understand what that book is saying. Just like you have to understand what's happening outside of you. Remember, everything is necessary. What did I say about this whole COVID? This COVID was, wow, it was somebody's hell. It was somebody's uprising. You get what I'm saying? Or inner risen. You get what I'm saying? It was somebody's upcoming. When it was somebody's downcoming, it was somebody's upcoming. Why? Because it's the way we see it. It's the way we integrate. Is the way we integrate with it. You get what I'm saying? It's having the direction. Also, see, a lot of people lack direction because they don't have the connection to the heart space. They lack the connection to mother. You get what I mean? So when you uh, when you understand the mysteries outside of you, it's like right now we're in a time where, like I said, we're in a Kali Yuga. What is Kali doing? She's opening up your eye. The veil has been uplifted to see through the illusion. You get what I'm saying? Remember, the devil's just an illusion to keep you in bondage. Although it's necessary, you get what I mean? Those energies are necessary, but you have to also understand that you are being in bondage. In order for you to break free, to really be free, because a lot of people ain't free. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people are stuck in that beast body. They're stuck. They don't understand that they are more than just a body. They are more than just a vessel. You get what I mean? You're spirit and body. Okay? So okay, so when we're looking at the devil card, let me see if I can put it out really quick. Let's see. I actually like the one from here because this one from here, woo, it's almost like looking at the COVID. Let's see, where are you, devil? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? The death. Okay, the Mongus. Onta Diablo. Give me a second. And the reason I want to pull this card out because it really is important. Okay. So this is the devil's card, right? This right here talks about the Lord of Gates of Matter. You get what I mean? So check it out. You see how the devil has a crown above his head? You see that crown? That's the corona. That's the coronavirus. You see the bat? Isn't that where the coronavirus came from? A bat, supposedly, right? You see that? Okay. Now, this right here, the pentagram upside down, is considered to be the universe. Okay. So when you look at that card there, man, This card should be studied in conjunction with death, because death is rebirth, is reborn. Because you have to have the death of the ego in order to be risen, to become the Cristo. No, let's see if I can find that death card. All right, it's where's death? I just seen it earlier too. Hold on. In case you're wondering what deck this one is, it's the Hermetic Tarot. This is a very good deck. One of my favorites. Excuse me. Here we go. Here's the death. So together, in order to break free from this virus, the corona virus, because this is what this is, okay? This is an external illusion, okay? In order to get out of this bondage, you have to free yourself. You have to have a death of your ego. The ego is part of the beast body, okay? Then you have a death of the ego. Then you are reborn into the what? The Cristo, the Christ. You get what I'm saying? So, so here, this card should be studied in conjunction with death. They are the two great controlling forces of the universe. Remember what I said about here? The star is the universe. The two controlling conjunctions, forces of the universe. Remember what I said? Everything is necessary. Just like that coronavirus was necessary. It was very necessary. You see, they talk about that the Antichrist, blah, 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 blah. You know what the Antichrist is? That virus. That coronavirus is the Antichrist to your Christ consciousness. Remember, consciousness is energy. It is matter. Mind over matter, everything matters. You get what I'm saying? Again, what is matter? What is matter again? Okay? Matter is atoms and compounds are all made of very small parts of matter. Okay? It's everything around you. You get what I'm saying? So, when we're looking the controlling forces of the universe, the centrifugal and the these words are sometimes hard. I'm gonna skip it. Destructive and reproduction, dynamic and static. Reproduction, dynamic and static. What is static? When you're stuck on something, you can't move. You can't evolve. You can't elevate. You can't rise. Isn't that how we see a lot of people right now? Are stuck in bondage. They're stuck. They're stuck in that fear. Remember, the powers that were know how to control. They know how to control certain events to get a reaction from you. And right now, we're seeing a lot of events popping off from the gas that was hacked. You see, that wasn't hackers that did that to the gas. That was the deep state that did that to the gas. You know what I'm saying? It was for a purpose. You see, they're showing you right now exactly how they can just turn something on and off just with a switch and cause massive paranoia. Why? Because people are stuck in the what? In that beast body of ego. You get what I'm saying? The gas was the new toilet paper, y'all. You get what I'm saying? The gas was the new toilet paper. You see how fucked up people were? Fucking putting gas in fucking bags? How the fuck can you put gas in bag and think that's safe? You get what I'm saying? But people were literally doing that. Why? Because they're stuck in bondage. They don't know any fucking better. You get what I'm saying? So destructive and reproduction dynamic and static. The lower nature, okay, of man fears and hates the transmuting process, hence the chains binding the lesser figures and the bestial forms of the lower limbs. Yet this fear of change and disintegration is necessary to stabilize the life force and preserve continuity. The colors indigo, lit brown, golden brown, and gray. They're talking about the colors. These are basically, I would consider the aura. I had somebody tell me yesterday I had a brown aura. I was like, very interesting. So remember, in order to get to the solar, to be born again, you gotta break free from this, the bondage, the roots. You know what they say? Handle the root of the problem. This is the root of the problem. Okay, you get what I'm saying? He's the root of the problem. So we have to break free from these shackles of this illusion to have a rebirth, a death. Okay, death is necessary. Death is very necessary. So, like I said, how many people you know right now are stuck? You get what I'm saying? Why? Because they have chains around their limbs. What are limbs? You get what I'm saying? Again, just going back to this, what I was talking about the other day. The root chakra is your crisis. It's dealing with the internal and external. You also have the root and the sacral plexus that's part of this crisis. You get what I'm saying? And then you have the Christ is the reset. But that's what through the solar plexus, which where you come from the solar consciousness. Okay? You see, whenever you shine a light on things, especially when you start understanding the illusion, you're bringing awareness to that illusion. You're tackling it. You're understanding it. You're understanding the mystery. You're solving the puzzle. You're connecting the dots. When you're connecting the dots, what are you doing? You are also connecting yourself. Anytime you have a switch up here, you get what I'm saying? And you're into information, you're tapping into your inner self. You're bringing awareness to an aspect of you. You get what I'm saying? That was once asleep. See, remember, everything is necessary in order for you to understand the mysteries. We have to what? Be aware. And a lot of people are not understanding what's happening out there. Especially, put it like this, y'all. If you read that Bible, you understand that you're in those times. But why? Because they wrote that book. The same people, the same energies that are manipulating everything outside of you are the same people that created that Bible and they're pushing that prophecy. Okay? Remember, you are the devil. You are the Cristo, the Christ. And this is necessary. The death. You think this was a coincidence? This? What did I say about the crown? The crown is your seventh chakra. It's the connection to source. It's the connection to your higher self. It's higher learning. It's higher consciousness. You think it's a coincidence that they named this virus after that? You see, corona is Latin for crown. Okay? You see the bat? This is never a coincidence. Get what I'm saying? So now that we got a better understanding what this is, what is it that we need to do? Escape the illusion. Escape the illusion. Okay? All right, hold on. So, so this is what this is about too. Okay, the interpretation of this is materiality, material force, material temptation. Because isn't a we put it like this when I said about the sacral. The sacral is sexuality. It's temptation. It's when you're lusting. It's when you're having different exchanges of sexual energies. And those energies, see, one doesn't have to worry about um, sexual transmitted diseases. You have to worry about spiritual transmitted demons. That's the STDs that one needs to worry about more than, of course, you have to worry about the other STD. But if you're gloved up, you're safe from that. But one thing you're not safe from is the exchange of energies, even if one is gloved up. You get what I'm saying? So, and sometimes obsession, especially if associated with the lovers, right? Because what is that? It's an obsession of that sexual energy, and that's coming from the sacral plexus. Okay, so this is also the devil is also the balance of your inner being. Helps you find balance. Okay, and to treat others fairly. With this inspiration of your higher self, it helps you to develop a sense of beauty, refinement, and intuition, and social skills as well. Because what is intuition? Intuition is your solar. I mean, the solar plexus, the second brain, your gut, and then the intuition is also up here, the sixth, the sixth sense. Okay, remember the HUD is what? It's part of the tree of life. It has four paths, right? Your heart, your solar, your sacral, and your roots. So we have to better understand what this devil is really all about. You think it was a coincidence that Little Nas X made that video of the devil, how he played all those characters except for the devil, and then he cracked his neck and became the Lucifer. You see that whole thing too with Little Nas X. His whole name is X deals with time. Remember what I was talking about too, the child of forces of time. People are still stuck to bondage, father time, chronos. The father eats his children. A child of the sun eats the son. He eats the father. The father feeds the child. because you're receiving information. He's healing you. He's giving you knowledge. He's feeding your pineal gland. He's feeding your melanin. You get what I'm saying? That's the difference of a child of the forces of time and a child of the sun. You get what I'm saying? So if you think about this too, and going back to that story of Adam and Eve, you see, in the Garden of Eve, Eve was being tempted by a serpent snake. A snake is a representation of knowledge. It's wisdom. But it's also the representation of the Kundalini, the feminine divine energy. You see, that snake in the garden wasn't no devil, no masculine energy. It was a feminine energy. You get what I'm saying? Why are you thinking that in that video, Lil Nas X portrayed as all characters except for the devil? You get what I mean? It's showing you the illusion. Okay? Now, think about this too. Think about like how when he was walking and it was blue and pink. That's representation of the feminine and the masculine. You get what I mean? Him going down that fucking the stripper pole. What do strippers do? They strip for money. When you look at the fucking the dollar sign, it's a representation of the snake. Okay? The currency. Remember, everything's energy. But the new currency is really what? Conscious. Consciousness is the new currency. Because whatever you put your mind to, you're paying attention. You get what I'm saying? So when we think about the snake, it is wisdom. It is knowledge. There's a reason why they put that in the Bible like that, because they're not only were downgrading the feminine energy, but they were making you be afraid of a snake for a purpose. Because they don't want you to obtain knowledge. They don't want you to obtain your inner wisdom. You get what I mean? In order for you to get this knowledge and this wisdom, you have to what? Break free from this virus. The external virus that seems to corrupt your internal. You get what I'm saying? See, in order for you to get to the Christ, I don't know if you can see that, you have to have a reset and a reboot. And what does that mean? You have to have a death. Okay? You have to have a death. The death of what? The ego. The death of the external. Because once you're tapped into your internal, you could change your external. You change the way you look at things. Get what I'm saying? Remember, why do you think they put the Jesus on a cross? See that cross? That story where they put Jesus on is a representation of death, not life. You get what I'm saying? That whole religion was a representation of just death. It was nothing to do with life. If anything, the devil is in that energy. That Jesus is really your devil that keeps you entrapment. It keeps you in bondage. It keeps you in shackles. Okay? So by understanding the mysteries, you're able to free yourself finally. Do you ever fucking think like why do like say for instance like those that are really religious, why are they still afraid? Or why is there so much religious war? Think about that. If every religion has the same God, basically, you get what I'm saying? The Christian faith have the same God as the Catholics. They believe in Jesus, but they're at war. Why? Think about that. Because it's not about life to them; it's about death. That's what feeds. That's how that energy exists. It exists through death, through suffering, through pain. You get what I mean? And it's the same. It's what you see now, basically. Look at everything that you see right now. Like for instance, what's going on in with 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 Iran. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sorry, Israel. Think about what's going on over there. You get what I mean? Then you have marches here in the states. And they're still in bondage. You know what I mean? But there's a reason why how all these events are happening. Because look at the time we're in. We're in a time where people are really starting to wake up and escape that bondage, and they're having a lot of this death. And I don't mean physically dying. I mean, yes, there were people dying from the COVID. I'm not saying that the COVID was full of an illusion, but the COVID was launched for a purpose. It was to keep you stuck here. Get what I'm saying? It was to keep you stuck in here. The COVID was launched for a purpose. You get what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, how many people have found themselves during that pandemic? You get what I mean? They were able to connect, especially if we were on lockdown. If you were, especially during winter, if you were able to go out, many people were starting to get forced to go in. They had no choice but to go in themselves. And a lot of people were connecting. A lot of people were connecting the dots. A lot of people were finding out information. They were starting to get tapped in. You get what I'm saying? Remember, this is a time of changes. We just got off the Great Conjunction. You get what I mean? A lot of people have been activated. A lot of people are in their power. You get what I mean? Come on, our ancestors talked about 2012 a long time ago. I mean, shit, they put it out. They put it there for us. Some of us don't care to study. I mean, information is out there. Tap into your information. You get what I'm saying? Tap into your information. Look what I did with the whole devil thing. It's like, just reading and just understand what the fuck they're talking about. Being able to break it down like that. Matter of fact, I ain't even finished reading. And what chapter was I at? Okay. Put this here because I need to finish reading some of this stuff. It's just us understanding our information and the information that's necessary. Information is there. Come on, we have Google. You know what I mean? We have Google. Shit, your blood is information. Why you think they want to do so much by integrating your blood or modifying your blood for a purpose? Because they know your blood has information, your DNA. You get what I'm saying? Why you think they created all these? Why you think they created all these events? Because they want to keep you at a low frequency. They want to keep you in fear. They don't want you. They don't want you to break free from their program. Remember, we're talking about when we were reading about. Let's see, where am I at? something about reprogramming that I was looking at. Okay, look too. Also, the Chukma. Okay, it's talking about change and reprogramming. And why did I bring that up? Because this is the time of change, where we are reprogramming our minds. We are also activating more our DNA, our Lama Jimbo. You get what I mean? See, the more you activate your blood, the more you're finding out layers of yourself. Like a snake, for instance. A snake sheds skin for a purpose. You also shed skin. Why do you think they want to fuck with your mother then? Why do you think they do so much by poisoning the water, contaminating the water with fluoride? What is the fluoride doing? It's classifying what? Your pineal gland. You get what I'm saying? What is your pineal gland? It's also your mind's eye. Where you could break, where you see, once you open up your mind's eye, you see through the illusion even more. You see things for what they are. They don't want that because they want you still. They still want you depending on these two eyes. And a lot of us that have these two eyes are still not seeing right. How I got four. You get what I'm saying? But we don't see right. Why? Because we're stuck here. We're stuck right here. Okay. Remember, what is COVID-19? Okay. What is COVID-19? What does it mean? Let's look it up because I want to make it right. I don't mean. And it's crazy how we're already 2021 or 2012 and they were still using COVID-19 because they want you stuck at nine and that timeline. They want you stuck on that 19 for a purpose. 1 and 9 is also 10, right? That is also binary. What is binary, Miguel? Binary deals with the matrix. You get what I'm saying? They want us stuck on 19 for a purpose. Why haven't they called it something else? I can't find it. I should have the last time I was looking for it. Okay, what was it? It was certificate. Uh, yeah. It was certificate of vaccination, identification, and 1 9 is AI. I want to make sure that I know I should know that, but you know, so much of the shit that I'm got in my mind right now. I remember everything. has to be that. So a certificate of vaccination identification, right? Isn't that what they're trying to do now? Having those vaccine passports. You get what I'm saying? And what is AI? AI is artificial intelligence. They are trying to integrate your DNA with AI and trying to put a chip inside you. But isn't that what that Bible said? And people still don't get it. They're stuck in that illusion. They operate in fear. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand how some people that are so religious don't understand what's in front of them. And yet they in line to go get a vaccine. How are you going to sit there and trust that system that created this virus and is offering you not a what a mask doing? See, the mask was a what they call that a placebo effect. It was to make you think that it was safe. Mask wasn't safe at all. It wasn't doing nothing but stopping you from breathing, fucking with your carbon. That's what the masks were doing. But people are so afraid right now that they're literally outside walking around with masks on, thinking that the virus is airborne, and there is no virus that's airborne. But people don't understand that or see that for what it is. So remember, what is that COVID? It's the Antichrist, really. It carries that Antichrist energy. You get what I'm saying? Remember, they're pushing prophecy for a purpose. They wrote it, they're going to push it. And yet people still don't get it. People don't understand what timeline they're in. You get what I'm saying? So, remember, the devil in reverse is live. Just like evil. Evil is live. You get what I'm saying? We have to understand these words. So instead of like when people are so stuck in the roots, they're never gonna get to up here or up here to the crown. You see, this is a spiritual war we're in right now. And this war that we're in right now is a war on your mind. Because what is your mind? Your mind is conscious, it's energy. And not only it's a war for your mind, but it's a war for your body, your vessel. Okay? So when you're not grounded and you're vulnerable and you're in fear, you allow something to enter you to take over your body. Pretty much this is why too they're pushing those vaccines. Come on, they want to give you free food for a vaccine that has not yet been tested. But you use are the fucking experiments. There's been deaths already from this vaccine. There's people suffering from side effects. A lot of these side effects are going to be long term. They're not only doing that, but they're integrating your DNA. With AI, they're fucking with your spiritual DNA, which they call junk DNA. But why? Because remember, your spiritual DNA is information. They're codes. Your DNA is also your Akashic records, your knowledge, your ancestors, your power. You get what I'm saying? Look, this book is a must. Okay? You think that Star Wars wasn't based off you? You think the X-Men movies were based off you? All those movies are based off you. I don't understand how people can be guinea pigs. You get what I'm saying? People are literally being guinea pigs to a vaccine that didn't go to animal trials, that went straight into you. You're the experiment. But why? Because they want integration. They want to stop that spirit molecule that's producing within you. Remember, a lot of people have been activated. A lot of people have been online ever since the Great Conjunction. That was prophecy. That was our prophecy. Our ancestors were already equipped with the knowledge. They were already preparing us for these times. You get what I'm saying? That's why it's very necessary to start tapping into you, your blood. Study your bloodlines. Get right with yourself. Stop the separation. You get what I'm saying? Stop being in bondage with him. You get what I mean? Remember, what is the root? What's the root chakra? Right? Again, that coronavirus was for a purpose. It was really for a purpose, which is why they created it and they launched it the way they did. It was all for a purpose. Go to the back there. Okay. Yeah. It was all for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be really, really conscious. We have to be very conscious. If we're not conscious, what are you? You're asleep. You get what I'm saying? So hold on, let me check something out real quick. All right. So if we're not conscious, well, we're asleep, right? Remember, the beast finds the beauty. Isn't that what the devil is? Right? Just finding your beauty. Not to be stuck in bondage. You see, they understand these energies. This is why they created all this illusion, all that separation. Look at the Star Wars. Wasn't it about all separation? Darkness on war with light? You get what I'm saying? You see, fucking Darth Vader was the representation of what? That's Satan. That's Satan energy. The father of time, Chronos, was trying to eat his son, right? Luke Skywalker. Who was Luke Skywalker? One that walks the sky. Why do you think his lightsaber was blue? Was it blue or green? It was green. Green represents the heart chakra, having compassion, having direction. Why do you think he didn't kill his father? He let his father die on his own. But what happened at the end? The father went out with compassion. He had found his compassion again. He went out light as a feather. You get what I'm saying? He went out light as a feather. You see, Star Wars was all about our science. Metaphysically, right? Yeah, so yeah, I was right about the whole certificate of vaccination identification. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. I was right about that. I just want to make sure. But yeah, I was right about that. This is what I'm saying is that there's a lot of proof about what's happening with these vaccines. Our people are still fucking gullible. They're so gullible, especially these church people. It's like, come on, really, where's your faith? Where's your faith at? Don't you trust in your God? I trust in my spirit guides. I trust in my ancestors. I not once have caught this virus. And let me tell you about me. Like, I got a bad lung, especially after when I got shot at 18 years old. I got a bad fucking lung, man. And I'm glad that I haven't got sick. Why? Because I know how to boost up my immune system. I know how to take care of my vessel. I know how to. I now I make my teas. Now I'm much in a better place of mind and body. Why? Because of the knowledge. You get what I'm saying? I don't walk around in fear. You get what I mean? People do. A lot of people are walking around in fear. And then you got all these different programs out there. Remember, we have to reprogram. Reprogram, not be programmed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like just understanding what's around, what's around you. Get right with your surroundings. Pay attention. You don't have to really pay for attention. You get what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit that's out there that come on, there's a lot of stuff that's out there in your face. What the fuck? Look at the fucking corona. Hello. Isn't that like a red flag right there? There's a lot of information out there that even these motherfuckers are out there openly talking about shit and before time. They're coming out with movies. Look at the COVID 23. You think that was a coincidence that it was even COVID 23? What is 23? It's a sacrifice number that they use. You get what I'm saying? That's already predicted program. They're already showing you your future. You get what I mean? Hell, look what Bill Gates said about the virus back in 2014 or 2015 when he was talking about the virus. He did a live lecture on TED Talk talking about the virus. Go back to it. Search it up in YouTube. Do your research. Information is there. This is why I don't understand how we in a time where people are still so asleep. It's not hard to spark. It's not hard to connect. You get what I'm saying? Look at how I just told you about the cards. Look at the fucking. You know what I'm saying? It's right here in your face. Why do you think they use the bat for the COVID? Get what I'm saying? You know? Come on, y'all. Time to wake up. You know? Well, I'm not planning. I wasn't planning on being on here for too long, so I just wanted to get on here really quick and just talk a little bit. You know. So I'm gonna get off. Y'all have a good night, and until next time, peace, love, darkness, and light. Always. Until next time.